What's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's yours truly, Vitamin Rich in the mix, day 2 fasting. I had to get that out. I had to just let that energy flow. I had it stored up inside of me. Thank you, everyone who's kind of following this. Yes, I took the journey. Day 2 has revealed a lot, just this much into the process, and I feel so many things starting to change. My mind, day 1 was very interesting. I had the headaches. I was obviously hungry, but it was interesting. It was interesting because around the 23rd hour, I started coming up with all these thoughts of, am I going to be healthy enough for tomorrow? What if I'm driving and I faint? All this crazy stuff I started thinking about, and it started kind of messing with my head a little bit. And I will be honest with you, I actually ate. Yeah, I did on the first day, which is the best thing that happened because it revealed something very, very, very important, which was purpose. I didn't have a purpose. I got challenged to do this, and I took it, obviously. Here I am. But I didn't really have a major purpose as to why I was doing this. So in that moment of despair, of weakness, I couldn't reach for that. I just started making up all these crazy stories and ideas that, yeah, you're right, I could have maybe passed out, but I also was most likely not going to. It was only like 22 hours, 23 hours, going into it when I really started having those crazy thoughts. The mind, limiting beliefs. It's no bueno, no bueno.
The closest I've been to a situation like that is when I practice a breathing technique called Buteiko, where basically you inhibit from inhaling after you exhale for as long as you can. So you empty your lungs, and you start counting. It helps a lot to hold your nose close, your nostrils, and try to wait as long as you can. The benefits are incredible.
Oh, interesting.
Because it increases the levels of carbon dioxide in the body. That it's in charge of distributing oxygen. Once the oxygen comes in, let's say that the chip, the vehicle that transports oxygen through the bloodstream is carbon dioxide. So when you empower that carbon dioxide, the moment that oxygen comes back, you'll reach much, much more in your blood, in your cells.
Interesting.
So the experience is very similar. Of course, nothing compared to what you are experiencing, but the moment that the body realizes that it's not getting that usual and so much given, oxygen through each inhalation, so it starts like shaking.
Wow.
Like, what's going on? Where's my oxygen?
Wow.
But you are consciously waiting to inhale again, because you know that's going to be good for you.
Wow.
And when you finally decide, after, let's say, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, some people can wait up until a minute or minute and a half. When you finally
I feel
get
like passing
there,
out just hearing it.
you get that influx of oxygen again.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. The sensation
How
is
amazing
beautiful.
is that? That's powerful. I want to try that. By the time we come back next week, I'll let you know how it goes.
You can
but
practice.
That's going to be very interesting.
But you don't want to be that hard on yourself, because
Exactly.
you're already going through a lot. Your body is asking the owner, what's going on? No? Where's my food? And that's when I say, it's good to talk to your body and try to explain what's going on.
What's going on? That's interesting. I love when you mention that, because I want to try and see that. I believe that the mind is I see what you're saying as far as the mind being able to heal itself and give it, connect with it. That's a very important part of this journey. And I can see now what my thought patterns are starting to look like. Yet at the same time, I can see that I am feeling a certain way of cleanliness and just very light. I feel very, I feel like there's a need calling within me to pray. To pray. It's the most amazing thing. And there's a difference between believing and praying. Yeah, I believe in the universe. I give thanks to the universe. You know, I want to be, resemble love, light, and energy for everybody in the purest sense. But that's not praying. And I didn't know that. I'm mind blown by that question of prayer. Because I don't really pray I definitely don't pray to ask for anything. If anything, if I do pray, it would be to give thanks. But I don't know. There's something within me that's asking for something to, like, I feel like getting on my knees and like just praying and saying thank you. So I've done the Our Fathers and things like that. But it's beautiful to feel that coming out. I'm like, wow. With all these demons that I'm purging, I see all this light too that's coming with it. It's fucking crazy.
So because we know it's been forever, you know, that connection of fasting and spirituality. They say, you know, Jesus spent 40 days in the desert in fasting.
Right.
The Buddha also spent, I don't know how many days, and both achieved enlightenment. So there's a strong connection between fasting and that obtaining a higher level of conscience, of becoming one with the universe.
I feel that.
And you feel that because I see you different. I mean, you're usually very energetic, but I see you're more like calm.
I feel more in control.
And connected, focused. No?
Precision. I don't know if it's my body and my mind calculating my movements, not to waste too much energy or something.
I don't know.
It
enters into a sort of a safe mode.
Yes.
Economy, right. Energy economy mode. Yeah. No?
Right. Correct. I am familiar that with these treatments, there's actually in Arizona, you can go to places and get these treatments done by physicians, and they give you IV infusions, and they do them for weeks at a time, even sometimes months, if I'm not mistaken. I know definitely weeks, but I think you could even do like a 40-day, and that's for like extreme cases or like cancer patients. They usually would go there and they try to really just eliminate all the waste, but it's a water fasting diet. So I know that this is like really good stuff. There was a lot of reasons why I took this challenge on, but I didn't have a purpose. And that's part of why today's topic is what it is. Because I realized that there's got to be not only a reason to want to do this, but a purpose. And so we'll briefly discuss that. That's a very important part of this. Mm-hmm.
So did you have a purpose before starting, or you are finding the purpose now that you're doing it?
Excellent question, Kike, man. Seriously, that's spot on, man. I had no purpose. I had a reason. I wanted a lot of things. One of our previous guests on here, Raul, he had actually brought this challenge to my attention. And I've done a lot of extreme challenges. I've walked on fire at the Tony Robbins thing. I've jumped out of planes. I've done the Wim Hof ice baths for 2.5 minutes. So I like those extreme things, but I realized it was my body that was doing this. And he mentally challenged me. And you know I'm going to take that challenge. There's no way I'm not. So I said, all right, cool, let's do it. And then I made it to be this whole thing of 3 days water fasting, then juicing with the IVs, and then, you know, sober October and all this other stuff, journaling, reading. I just wanted to purge all just my bad habits or my waste of time moments and just redefine what it is to be where I need to be. Or I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to upgrade from where I was at. And so, again, there's no purpose. If you listen to what I'm saying, I don't even really have words to describe it because there's no purpose. If I had a purpose, I'd tell you, this is the reason to do it, but my purpose is to do that. I didn't really have that. I did want to also show people that they too can go through these types of experiences. They'll have obviously their own, but also a lot of the clients that I see, I talk about detox. And I want to go through it first and use my products and see what this whole experience feels like and document the whole thing so that people can see what it is that I do. Again, no purpose really, just another reason. And so last night when I got challenged, I had no purpose. And so those excuses that started coming up to me, they didn't hold weight because there's no purpose. It was just reasons. And so I was bouncing one reason for one doubt and one this, and they were canceling each other out. And I'm so happy that I failed, but I learned. So I broke the fast, but it spun me right into going right back into the fast. So I'm again fasting, but now I have purpose. Now I have a purpose. And now I know when in need, I can drop down to my knees and pray. I was not prepared for this part of the challenge. I just knew that these were the things I was going to do, and these are the things I'm going to take, and that's how we're going to do this. But I wasn't ready yet for this part of the spirituality, so I'm kind of just learning as I go. So thank you for that question, Kike.
It's an act of faith.
It's an act of faith. I'm definitely looking to connect with that too.
Because, I mean, there's people that they've done it before.
Yes.
But we are not that
right.
sure about our body.
Of course. Yeah. And I've never done this before. I've never even done any kind of challenge like this. So you're right. Most people don't do this.
Fortunately, you're a healthy person.
Correct. Absolutely. 100%. It's 100%. I am. I'm a very, very healthy person entirely. It does. What does that mean? I smoke cigars. I drink wine. I don't always eat. I'm not necessarily the healthiest person, but health is a mindset. Yeah, I'm incredibly healthy. I'm absolutely healthy. Because the moment you start to think something differently, like you start talking to your body, you'll start to create this disease, which creates disease. Dis-ease creates disease. Very similar concept. So your thoughts can create these illnesses within you, kind of like a hypochondriac, but just to another level. Because now if I start creating all these symptoms, I'm going to start feeling them. But those same negative symptoms I could be feeling, let's switch that up and create something great. And that's really where the reason and the, I guess really the why has to do this, the purpose and the reason and all that. It's all interconnected. And once that's finally defined, it's a lot easier to do this type of treatment or this kind of fasting. And obviously, I mean, again, check with your healthcare professionals. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying, nor do I play one on TV. But all I can tell you is this for my body and my way of being, I know that I can do this for myself and try it. And I can feel it. I can feel my body needing the caffeine, the sugar, the cigars, the wine, the steaks, the food. I can feel all that. But you know what I could also feel? I'm okay. I'm okay. And that I'm learning a lot about me. So I can see now when I start to kind of come up with these reasons of maybe why I can almost, oh no, it's okay.
And of course, the body has already started doing its purge, getting rid of all the toxins.
Yeah.
Because the moment you stop in the intake, it realizes that, okay, this is, since it's not going to happen, I'm going to start doing my own thing, my cleansing. And chemically speaking, well, it's going to turn very basic from the usual acidity that involves all the digestion process.
Well said.
We're always in this acidic state that makes it very, very prone to, imbalances. The organs are always like exposed to or forced, overworking, and right now it's like, wait, we have a chance to do some house cleaning.
Exactly.
No? Getting rid of all those toxins.
Right.
Now maybe you're gonna go through hell in the following days. Maybe. Or maybe not. Like we were talking, maybe by talking to your body you can get some kind of agreement there. Well, an amicable agreement.
Yes. You know what? Between us girls here, I'm actually looking for that. I'm looking for the hell feeling. I want that feeling. I'm not here to fear that. I don't fear darkness. I'm not going to feel that pain. I get it now. I understand. I got purpose now, and it's different. I want all my demons to come out, all my habits, all my limiting beliefs, my doubts, my fears, my whatever it is that's blocking me, bring it, give it to me. I want it now. I want it now, because that's what's keeping me back from flying. That is it right there. I have to break myself down to my light, to my core, to my being, and recreate that. And that's rich mindset.
And what if you reach to a point where you start seeing things in a different light?
Hopefully I will. Hopefully I will. There is some fear, though. I will be honest with you. There's a little bit of fear. And I asked for it, right? So be careful what you ask for. Because it's got me thinking about relationships now. And it's got me thinking about people and who I am to those people and who those people are to me. And now it's got me questioning, do I want to, the refiner I'm becoming, the less tolerable I am of things that aren't worth, or it's not worth my distraction to keep me from my purpose. I don't even waste my time on that anymore. I'm just like, and that's very scary, because some relationships and people that I've held on to, they're going to see it. They're going to feel it. And I have to be okay with that. And so there's a part of me that I'm thinking, why am I feeling this? But do I already know that I'm not supposed to have these relationships? I don't know. I'm so scared. I don't know what to do. I'm so scared. But you know what? Okay, fine. I'm going to be fine. It's going to be okay. I'm not going to die. Nothing's going to happen. But am I going to feel a lot? Is something going to happen? Am I going to change or things? Yeah, probably. But this is why I'm doing it, right? Maybe I should be doing this already a long time ago.
Because in the spectrum of the holistic spectrum, everything is energy, and the way some foods are, there are bad habits.
Right. Are you referring to tomahawk steaks?
Some relationships could be also.
Of course. Very much so.
No?
Very much so. And that's what's scary. But I have to be true to my being. I have to, the more I find myself, the more I'm okay to lose others. And so it makes me realize, this attachment and the way I attach myself to people and situations most likely comes from abandonment issues in my childhood. I want that to heal. I don't want that anymore. I'm not going to hurt anymore. I'm not going to do that to myself. I make people feel way too damn good to make myself feel so damn bad. I don't even understand it. And the only one who can do that and fix that is me. Is me. And so, you know what? Bring it. Let's go. I'm tired of the same. I'm done with the same story, man. Like, let's go. What am I really doing? What am I really doing? Let's do it. Let's figure it out and do it. And that's purpose. That's what I've been that's what's like, I feel like my subconscious mind or my being or how someone's telling me to find purpose. Because I don't really have purpose. I'm just driving, going, energy all the way. But if you have no purpose, you have no direction, you're just distorted energy. I need purpose driven by force, straight to the fucking top, straight to the top. And the way I'm going to do it is go inward. I'm going inward. I'm going to connect. I'm going to work in my purpose, intention, and the serving of others, which is love. And that's it. I don't want to move from that place. I want to stay right there. And if I can get there, you're talking to a completely different person, We've
been talking about these days in a congress that we are doing with the association about depression. But something tells me that you felt everything but depressed in this process. It has to do with with that purge. Even those low frequency emotions seem to be far away from you.
Yeah, if I'm understanding you correctly.
Maybe you feel scared in a way, but you don't feel the usual, you know, that sensation of uncertainty that's invading us right now.
Wow.
I think it's gone for you. You're going through something else.
You know what? As I look you in the eyes, I can feel you talking to not only my soul, but you're talking to that place exactly within me that is that exact feeling you just described. It's not depression. There's something there knowing that I'm about to grow. I'm about to
take a leap.
I'm about to, yes.
A leap.
And this is, I'm not afraid anymore. That's the craziest thing. I don't know what's going to happen out of this. But there's no fear. There's just, I just want to feel, I want to experience. And I know that on the other side is such an amazing experience. I can see it because I'm already feeling the transformation from within. I don't know. Downside may be I may get to a point of such elevation that I have a hard time then connecting and with people because there's a difference in gap, perhaps. I don't know. I'll figure that out the next time, or I don't know. I'll understand that as we go through. But for right now, what I feel I need to be a better version of me.
I will know next week. If you don't show up, it's going to be like, where is Richard?
Yeah, maybe it can be remote from
call
outer
Dr.
space.
Newman and say, I don't know. He didn't come back.
Exactly. Oh man, that's great. I don't know. I don't know what's to come out of this. I just know that I'm really just trying to connect with myself. I just want to get to know myself. I want to experience, who I am. I don't want to hurt anymore about things that I've caused myself to hurt. I would never allow that if I saw that in the street to happen. But it's okay for me to do it to me because it's me. Why? I don't get that. So that's going to change. All that's going to change.
What's your sign in
Capricorn? Half man, half horse. So
you're letting the horse right now run the show. As you were talking, I'm thinking, has it occurred to you that this is maybe what the Earth is experiencing? The Earth is purging so many unnecessary energies.
Yeah, that's crazy. You're right. I can see that connection. Oh man.
And some souls have also chosen to depart, just to come back maybe in another shape or form and start all over again where they left, in a different body,
Oh, wow. That's
so when the
powerful,
body
man.
is no longer capable, like to keeping up with these struggles and challenges that we're going through, if the body is not feeling ready or capable, maybe it's a decision made at another level, no?
Right.
Maybe it's better if I come back in another incarnation.
Wow, that's interesting.
Even if, the origin of everything is very, very dark, very evil-ish in a way. But I believe that there's a chord, in the souls.
Wow, nice. Very nice.
And the Earth is doing the same.
Well, it makes sense. Wow, that's, man, you kind of blew my mind with that one to see the correlation of, the saying, from seeds we came to seeds we return, and a lot of this is these seeds can be these characters, these feelings, these emotions, these thoughts, but also beings who, have different purpose and come back with different reason, what kind of ties into what we were talking about. So I'm going to definitely meditate on that while I'm doing maybe the breathing exercises too, because that is all essential. That is all essential. It's interesting is now with this whole thing that's going on.
I bet you, if you practice this breathing technique, I told you, in the stage that you are now, anything can happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking to do. That's what I'm definitely looking to do. I'm gonna do.
You're gonna be passing many, going through many layers.
Yes. How exciting, right? How exciting. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be exciting. I can tell you that much. What an amazing experience, right? And it's fun and it's healthy. I remember I used to hear about people fasting and doing all these types of these experiences or these things. And I never really thought I would have been that one guy to do it. And it was just a matter of a challenge that created this whole thing that now opened the whole experience to this.
Because it's so
cool.
anti-Western world.
So crazy. So silly.
We are programmed.
So silly.
Right? We are programmed to eat, and spend, consume. There's really few people thinking of stopping everything, stopping the horses and taking that time. You find it in India, all these riches, all these people that spend years in a cave meditating, and it's possible, but it requires the determination. And suddenly you're here in a city like Miami, like I would say it's nobody around, like miles around. Nobody's thinking about what you're thinking.
Right? Yeah, it's interesting. But they live in that practice as if they were.
Yeah, well, I think anyone who wants to walk the spiritual path at some point,
you have to do it.
Sooner or later, you have to go through this.
You have to do it. Because everything that I've talked about beforehand, and as a Reiki practitioner, everything, no matter what I've talked about beforehand, is not going to be the same that I'm talking when I get through this. It's like a path of righteous to go through. If I don't understand what it's like to tell you not to do something because I haven't been able to fast properly or right and hold it, then who am I to tell you to hold off from doing something? I don't know where you're coming from. Maybe the need is that bad. I don't know, because I'm a glutton. I just eat as much. This is all we want. The more, the better. There's never enough.
And I see the connection.
That's crazy.
Connection because you are in infusion, the vitamin and nutrition infusion business.
Right.
So you are in that that realm of what it is that the body needs, what it is that the body will achieve with certain specific nutrients.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that path led you to
it supports here. It supports it because these IV infusions I do while I'm doing these treatments, and that's why I find it amazing because I can accelerate the detox process. I'm doing hydrogen peroxide IVs while I'm only drinking water and oxygen. I mean, how much cleaner can I get? When I'm doing the juicing, I'll be doing the IV infusions and even getting more nutrients in my body, glutathione and NAD, which helps prepare the DNA in your body. That's crazy. I get to do that. These treatments are for that. And so I'm really going to repair and work on my body on a cellular level using all these treatments. And that's what's fascinating about that, because IVs are just one part of it. But this is such a whole different experience because this is mind, body, being. And it's a challenge of my will, my purpose. It's making me find purpose. And if I don't find the purpose, it's giving me purpose. It's giving me a reason to push forward. It's giving me a reason to figure this out. And by doing so, I'll figure myself out and then figure out how to help even more people.
So how do you feel about being exposed to the sun? How do you feel the sun these days?
Well,
so people have achieved, obtaining the energy they need from
the sun. I believe it. I never underestimate light. I right now, from where I've been fasting yesterday and today, I can't say I've had too much sun. As you can see, I'm dressed, and yesterday as well. So I haven't been out in the sun too much. However, I know that prior to this whole thing, I went to the beach for 2 weekends in a row. So I know, and I got a vitamin D injection. So I know my vitamin D level's up. I don't know if that's part of also what's allowing me to sustain this energy, or is it just the free will and the passion and the excitement of doing this, or maybe just the cleansiness, because I have nothing that's intoxicating my body. So I'm just flowing, meaning like just with energy. I don't know what it is, but I will definitely try tomorrow to sit out in the sun sometime and see how I feel, so I can document that experience. But I have heard, though, that vitamin D can actually, or the sun can actually make you tired. When you go to the beach and you've been at the beach all day and you come home and you're at like a different level of exhaustion, even though you haven't really been doing much because you're at the beach. Well, whether it's the sound or your eyes or the sun, something really gets you relaxed and stuff like that.
Well,
so,
try how you feel this time.
Yep. I'm going to sit out there for a good amount of time and just do the breathing exercises there too.
And even try like doing some sun gazing.
Yes. Oh, interesting. I hear that's best in the morning and at night. So that's pretty interesting.
First light and sunset.
Which is fascinating to know that. But see, this is why we were saying about Western medicine. This stuff has been around for years, forever. I'm the one who's late to the party, and I was born here. Come on, man. And again, working in the ER, I'm used to all these advanced medications and treatments. But we skipped a whole other world, which is this natural holistic medicine, health. It works. I like it's fascinating. So I don't think I'm doing anything that far-fetched. That's crazy. And I can try and experiment on myself and see my will and test it. I mean, there's other people doing way more extreme things. This is lightweight. See, that's a small mind frame. I'm shooting for 3 days. Some people are shooting for 40. It's all a mindset. Everything is mindset. Everything is mindset. So this is also a detox of my mind. I can see now when I start coming up with these excuses of like, oh, man, I don't know. Stop. That guy needs to just stop. And then I just have to remember my purpose. So yeah, I have some homework to do for the next recording. So I'll make sure to bring this up again and see where we go from that. But it's definitely an experience that I'm very grateful and to be doing it also with you, like going through this journey, with you, being able to talk to you about it. You've asked me questions that make me reflect and understand this whole process a lot more fuller and on a greater scale. So thank you, Kike. I appreciate that.
No, I mean,
it's pretty cool. I'm going to try the breathing and the sun.
Anything for achieving enlightenment.
Yeah, man. No, I see that. That's awesome, man. I appreciate you. Definitely. It's great stuff.
So
very cool.
Keep us posted.
Yes.
And if not, until next week.
Yep, absolutely. Until next week.
We see you here or maybe you're going to be translucent. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, we shall see. All I know, man, is I'll bring you a good time. You know what I'm saying?
That's for sure.
So
that's always a given.
Yeah,
a given.
For sure. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see. By then, I will already have been in sober October, I believe. I think I'll already be in sober October. And that's going to be really exciting too. We'll get into all that stuff in October. But for right now, fasting, an amazing experience so far. Definitely recommend it. It's very, very nice. I feel good.
I don't want to mention any food right now because...
You know what's amazing? Remember we had a talk once here with Dr. Newman. We were talking about boundaries and breaking through them. This is a perfect example. Yesterday, you're right. Talking about food is challenging. But I broke through that. I could serve you some steak right now and not have one desire to eat it. That's breaking through that barrier.
Because you're at the other side.
I'm feeling it.
And you know that you have already a purpose.
I have a purpose now.
Exactly.
Now I'm ready. Now it's game on. Because I have my spirituality here. Because I'll drop down to my knees with no problem and pray and say, God, take control. God, do what you need. This is all in my mind.
When you get married,
all in my mind.
There's no going back.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's a whole nother segment. That's a whole nother can of worms. This
time you got married to your cause.
Yes, this time I understand that there's and that cause is myself. You know, it's interesting. They say relationships it's not necessarily about you and the other person. It's about the relationship with you and yourself. And I have to be 100% present to do my 50%. I can't do your 50%. And so when you look at things like that, relationships are very interesting because I want to be the best version of me to serve you, to serve those people, anybody. I am here for that. I am chasing greatness and I will become it. I'm going to become it. This is the documentation of it. Stay tuned. Vitamin Rich in the mix.
Can't wait for next week. So,
yes,
as always, it's been great having you.
Yes, thank you, sir. You're the best, Kike. I love you, man. The best.
Beautiful involvement of you as a therapist, but also as a communicator of all these wonderful practices that you guys have. So until the next time.
Yes, sir.
We'll be keeping you posted on Rich's advances in his fasting.
Most definitely. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks again for watching, and see you very, very, very soon.
Nice.
Bye-bye.